I wanted to record a video to talk about some of the political things going on in the world. And to start off, yes, I'm an actor. Yes, I'm going to talk about politics. I was raised very love people, I guess. Humanitarian, I guess is the word for it. My parents are very loving, very liberal now. And I identify with that. I would call myself a humanitarian despite party, even though right now Republicans are looking like Nazis. Not the day-to-day every Republican who's ever voted not that. I'm saying the people in the Republican Party who have been voted into power. That's what I'm saying. That's what they're looking like. That's who they are aspiring to be, is to have that level of control and that level of divisiveness and of radicalization, and obviously leads to something like ethnic cleansing and being able to discriminate based on the color of people's skins or their ethnic backgrounds, anything like that. Now, back to me being an actor. I heard for the first time in a long time from one of my actor friends, they were concerned about going to one of the protests because they were told that it would hurt their image and that they should protect themselves by disguising themselves and hiding their faces and all that. And while I do believe that make sure you are safe and that it is hard to figure out if you were there just for general safety reasons, I think the idea of being a public figure like an actor at any level and shying away from what you support is so detrimental to the movement of hope and of trying to fight and change this world and how it's running right now, which is not good, and which is so discriminatory and bigoted and all these things. And so I told them, the image that you're putting forth is that you care about freedom and civil rights and about the people in this country who are being attacked on the streets by masked men who won't identify themselves. So people could be getting kidnapped by someone who isn't even ICE. And how would we know? And who's to say they aren't? Who's to say some of these videos where it is a person of color who is getting nabbed by these masked people, and we all assume it's ICE because it probably is, but it could just be someone who wanted to nab someone. And so I believe fully and wholeheartedly, no matter your platform, no matter how many people follow you, no matter how many people you think you'll reach, you should speak out. Because every little voice matters and every big voice matters, no matter who it is, no matter where you are, full stop. Support the things you want to support, because that is what breeds change. Us speaking at this small level is what then snowballs into people at higher levels speaking. Go call your senators, call your representatives. They work for you. Call them, annoy them, piss them off, because I'm pissed. You're telling me that people I know and love and care about are having their rights taken from them for no reason, for literally no reason. And these are the smartest, most passionate, kindest people I've ever met in my life, and they're having their rights taken away. Trump's campaign does this thing very well. They divide attention economy, and if you don't know about attention economics, please look it up. They divide our attention onto things that are big and bold, but maybe not as important as the real things that are going on. See, Trump is very aware that stopping his moves takes time, and lots of it, because he can appeal and appeal and appeal and appeal. So if the Supreme Court makes a decision, which already took like a month, then it may take another couple months, maybe even a year if he's lucky. What he does is he'll make a move, like deploying the National Guard to Chicago, to New York, to California, to all these things, and increasing ICE funding and all this stuff. And then he goes and talks about a ballroom. And it's outlandish and outraging, of course, because he's spending so much money and destroying a national monument at the same time, all in his own great honor. But here's the thing. okay? He's doing this purely so that we don't talk about the things that are going on in places like Chicago and New York, and even the Argentinian thing where he gave 40 billion to this Argentinian elect who just won, by the way, because of that bailout. That is, yes, a bad sign and a ploy towards a more so Axis alliance type of situation, but also what it is it's trying to distract us from the national problems by making us look to international problems. And all this is trying to do is make him more money and then be able to have more control and more power. That's his entire goal. So please, please, please talk about what matters. Yes, these things matter. The ballroom matters, of course. Please focus. We need to, and I just don't know a better way to say this, but we need to lock in. Because the real things that are happening to our country and to the people I know, that we love, that we see every day walking to work, walking to school, whatever. They are being kidnapped. They are being harmed. They are being thrown on the street. Their cars are getting ran into, and they're having to go to the hospital for broken ribs and concussions. All because of this orange guy. And we have the power. Because we have the numbers. He's the least popular president in U.S. history by miles. He's furloughed he's furloughed more employees of the federal government than any president ever. It's unprecedented. Every step he takes is unprecedented because people are scared to speak up. And when I say speak up, I mean speak up and get loud for the people in the back. I speak from a place of love. I love everyone, full stop. I don't have a single hateful bone in my body. But I am also willing to use that love to go and have a conversation with someone who maybe supports this insanity, this absolute insane oligarchical fascist dictatorship that is taking place right now, excuse me. And so I wanted to come on here and just say, please, please, please focus your attention where it counts. And your voice matters, no matter who you are, no matter if it hurts your image, no matter if it hurts your public platform. If we don't all get on here and say what needs to be said, we're done. We already lost. Protests are great. It's great to mobilize and to create a national sense of unity. And what I think they're more useful for is for people who are educated on these subjects to go there and educate them about how they can then make changes within their local and national government, such as the midterms, which early voting in Texas has already begun. Please go vote. Please, 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 please. If you think, oh, my vote doesn't matter, it does. I promise you, because you're not the only one thinking that. There's thousands, if not millions, of people in your city, wherever you may live, in your metroplex, in your county, that are thinking, oh, my vote doesn't matter. And those votes are what changes who is elected. Full stop. Gerrymandered or not, your vote matters. I promise you. Go vote. Figure out what exactly is going on and divide your attention accordingly. I love you all. I hope you have a good day.